Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Justin Davis. Today we're gonna have some fun in this episode. We're going to fly here indoors, and we're gonna fly this little U65 and U66 from UDI RC. They make these crazy little, so they are quadcopters actually. They don't look like it because they have the props so close together, and it's kind of like a quadcopter shrunk down with the motors very close together. It gives you that same type of stability. But what's really cool is that they fly extremely well for around the $20 price point. The little guy comes on and off the drone, which is also kind of cool. And I can see our kids in the future flying something like this. If you want a drone motorcycle, guys, it's quite possible that based on this type of technology in the future, you could have your very own drone motorcycle. So, you know, don't throw that one in the waste bin, because that one might be coming to a future near you. Even they're already here, the quadcopter versions of Jetpack, like Red Bull. These guys are flying these types of little flying wings with all types of propulsion, propeller driven and jetpack driven. So I've also wanted to take these little guys off. The little guys can come off them, and you can put your own little action camera on there. I have the Insta360 Go camera right here, and also a Hawkeye Firefly. This one weighs about right around the 15 gram mark. So I will do my best, but I'm not sure that they'll carry either of these, because they are a little bit heavy for what these are. Now these will get you probably a real world flight time of around 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, depending on your conditions. But then again, these little guys, they're only $20 a piece. So you might as well pick up a couple of them and do some racing together. Now we also set up sort of a quick little impromptu course out here, and I have 2 footstools and the coffee table over there by the couch ready to go. I don't have any race gates because while these are fairly fast, they do have 2 different flight modes. In the high speed mode, it's a little bit hard to control around really specific objects. When you slow down is when you really get a lot of control with these quads. Now what was really neat was that my first flight test, I was really actually impressed, because they fly extremely stable indoors. As long as you turn off your air system indoors, they actually fly really, really good. They remind me of the old Horizon Hobby Nano QX series. They're extremely stable, and I figured these were gonna come up off my kitchen table here like some kind of Cracker Jack toy for the $20 price point. I didn't expect them to fly this good, so we're gonna have some fun today. They also have the headless mode option on there, auto takeoff, and I'm not sure why you would use headless mode on here, but you can play around with that. And they also charge micro USB. The micro USB cable comes in the box, and they charge at 2 amp, which is actually pretty good. So it's a newer standard charging rate on these little batteries, a little bit faster than they would be. And I think mine charged in under an hour. It says it take about an hour to charge, but mine were charged and ready to go in about 45 minutes. So let's go ahead now and put both of these on the charger, and I will take my 360 camera over here and put it on my head, and we'll follow these guys around the room, and we'll see how they do in my sort of quick impromptu course right here. Here we go, guys. Let's do some flying. Okay, guys, let's have some fun. Let's go ahead and see how this little motorcycle drone flies. Now, indoors, I think it flies great. It is super stable, and actually more stable than I thought. I've played around with some RC motorcycle type things in the past, but never a flying one. So this is my first RC flying motorcycle drone, and what a fantastic little toy. I wish I'd had something like this when I was a kid. I would have had hours of fun with something like this. It is just really neat to look at as it's going through the air. It looks like something out of science fiction or out of a cartoon or something. I think in the future, if you guys have one of these for real, this would be amazingly fun to ride. And with all the stability, we have altitude hold on this little drone. So if you let go of the stick, it's gonna hold its altitude, which is really cool. Now it will take you probably a full battery to get used to the controls. I have some flight experience, so if you have none, this would be an okay trainer to start out with, since it does have altitude hold. And the prop guards work surprisingly well, guys. It bumps off things and keeps going, and it's just so cute to look at. And there's my crash. Oh no, a tumble wumble went down on the ground there, and now we're up again. And that's the coolest thing about this little quadcopter, is that it can take some hits. And during my whole flight test, it comes with extra props, but I never had to use any extra props, and the prop guards didn't break on me, which is great. So I have 4 spare props, so I have plenty of crashes ahead of me available for this little quad. And again, it is a quad. It's deceiving. It looks like it only has 2 rotors front, like one in the front and one in the back, because of how close they have them. And since they have one upright and the other one inverted, it gives it that look like it only has 2 propellers. It's really cool looking. And I love it that you can take the little man on and off. If I was a kid, I would want to be able to fly it without the little guy on there. Or if you have a really hard crash, the little guy flies off of the little motorcycle drone, which is kind of hilarious. And right here, guys, I'm getting the hang of it. Kind of zooming around the dining room a little bit faster now. Playing around with some wild views from the 360 camera. And it was harder for me to fly because I'm holding a tripod while I'm flying this, guys. So if you're flying this one at home, you're gonna do way better than I did in this video. But extremely fun to fly. I love the little motorcycle drone. So let's go ahead and fly the flying man now, the wing. And what I noticed immediately about this one was that it was so much faster than the motorcycle drone. And I had a hard time controlling it, holding this huge tripod. And I did have some crashes, so I decided to try without the little man on there, just to see if I could fly it without the man and if it would be a little bit faster. And I think it actually was a little bit faster. If you want the faster of the two, definitely go for the flying wing version. This little thing is super fast. The side-to-side motor setup must have something to do with the speed. It has a lot of forward momentum in the motors. But doesn't it look cool flying without the man? It even looks like a little bat wing or something like that. Maybe Batman flew. And now back up in the middle of the living room again, having some fun. And I realized I just need to fly this around in front of me and not even try to do the obstacle course. When you get yours, start out first just flying it around your living room and learn the controls. Since it does have altitude hold, that will help you a lot. But I found that this one in particular seemed to kind of like drift up at 0 throttle. When I have my altitude hold taking over, it seemed to climb. It had a strange climbing rate. You can see it going up and down a lot more than the motorcycle version. So now I put the man back on there, and now we're going to try it with the man again. And I'm going to try to do my course. And he looks so cool. He looks like one of those jetpack guys from Red Bull, just like flying through the air. Now under this little chair, if I can make it, I made it. That's awesome. And now back around the step stool here. This is my kid's step stool. And my kids are 4.5, but honestly, again, I think a 6 or 7-year-old could easily fly these little quadcopters. And now back around the coffee table. This is our soft coffee table for toddlers. And now back under the chair. Can I make it? Yes! Yes, I made it through. And around the kitchen. And I crashed this one way more than the other one. So this one definitely has a much higher speed rate on even the low setting than the motorcycle drone. But I think both of them are cool. And they're fun little toys. For what they are, for around $20, you can have a lot of fun with these. And I think you could fly this on a calm day outdoors. Just have a wide open space to do so. So a lot of fun. These little guys are really kind of a hit with me. Now he's all done. 8 minutes flight time. Not bad at all. Alright guys, so we're all done with the flight test of both the 6.5, which is here in my hand. This is the little race wing guy. He has his side-to-side motor set up. And there is some difference between both of these. And since this is a review, I'm going to give you some advice if you're looking to buy one of these. The 6.6 version is the motorcycle drone version here. It has front to back motors, whereas this one has the motors side to side. And that makes a big difference. This one actually flew more stable at slower speeds, which was surprising to me. The side to side setup was way faster. So if you're looking for the faster one of the two, the 6.5 here in my hand is way faster than the motorcycle version. They also both have low and high speeds on them, but I felt like high speed was just way too much indoors with this side-to-side flying wing setup. If you want to fly sort of an obstacle course, a race course, this one would probably be the better choice for you, and you're probably going to be flying this one with more precision quicker, and you're going to learn how to fly this one quicker than this one. This one's going to take a little more time and effort for this. But the good news about both of these is that I actually did get about a 7-minute flight time on the motorcycle version and an 8-minute flight time on the flying wing version. So a pretty decent long flight time for a 220 milliamp battery 1S, and it does charge up in about 45 minutes. Both of these are around the $20 range, so a lot of fun. Grab 2 of these and have some races indoors, guys, and see what you can do with yours. Take the man on or off, fly it with the man on there or off there, put an action camera on there, and have some fun. But thanks again for watching my channel, guys. This has been another indoor review. It's been a little while, but here we are again, having some fun with some toys. And please do subscribe because, guys, we do way more than just FPV race drones and drones in general. We actually do airplanes, helicopters, and all kinds of cool stuff on the channel. Lots of family-friendly content here on the channel, so you can always rely on us for that. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm Justin Davis. Be well, be safe, and stay indoors and stay away from people. Hopefully this corona thing is over with soon. We'll see you on the next one.